of late Professor Subhash Vajba. At present, he is working as a professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, AMU Aligarh. He has taught many subjects ranging from industrial engineering, industrial management, economy, management, manufacturing, engineering, etc. He has published in journals such as International Journal of Production Research, Global Journal of Flexible System Management, International Journal of Industrial and System Engineering, International Journal of Industrial Engineering, studies in informatics and control journals, etc. He has also a number of publications in the international and nation conference proceedings. He also have 2 patents. It is published in Official Journal of the Patent, New Delhi. His interests include flexible systems, simulation, themes. He has also reviewed papers from renowned journals. Apart from these academics, he also have key positions in administration of this university as well at department level. So I welcome Professor Muhammad Ali to take over the session. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Wasifullah Khan, for this compliment of yours and introducing me to the audience. Before I start, I would like to thank Dr. Syed Imran Shafiq, who is the coordinator of this FDP, for giving me the opportunity to share my knowledge related to modeling of production system by applying the ARENA simulation software. So without wasting more time, I'll just start with the lecture. The title was given to me as modeling of a production system through ARENA simulation software. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Audible? I think
Yes,
the
yes,
screen
sir,
is
you are
not, the slide is not changing.
This is maybe because of the poor internet connection, sir. Maybe. Yeah, it's changing
What
now,
should
but
I
it's
do
very
now?
slowly.
So should I continue with my speak?
Yes, sir. I think you should continue with your speech because maybe because of the poor internet connectivity right now, we can't see your slides. But you are audible.
So, okay. So the outline of the presentation would be, I will just introduce what modeling is, what are different types of models. Then we will shift over to simulation, what simulation is and how it benefits the analysis of the production system. And then we will move towards ARENA simulation software, and there we will have some on hand knowledge of how ARENA can be used to develop the models. First is modeling. The very first question arises in our mind is, what is a model? A model could be a substitute for another system. The system which you want to study, prior to that, you make the model of that system. Why we need model? Because it will help you to understand the behavior of the real system before it is built. If you are studying the production system, try to make the model of the entire production system with all its constituents, its components. This is your conceptual model. And then convert it into a simulation model with the help of the available software or the environment in which you are familiar. And do the experiment. In the morning session, I just had a chance to hear Professor Sufyan Beg Sahab in the first lecture. He also talked a bit of modeling and simulation, and he had said that only modeling and simulation is not enough. You have to do the experiments. So first you make the model of the system which you want to study, conceptual model, convert it into simulation model, and then do the experiment with that simulation model before implementing actually in your real environment. So this model helps you to understand the behavior of the real system which you want to study without disturbing, without dismantling the actual system. The cost of building and experimenting with the model is very less. The models also help you to scale the time space. That means you can enlarge the ambit of the experiment before you do the actual experiment. The system and the models, basically, what is the system? You should be very clear which system you are trying to study. What is the environment which you want to study? So what is the system? A system is normally considered a facility or a process which could be actual or you are going to plan or which you want to plan. Once the system is identified, if it is the actual system, so you have the option to experiment with the actual system, or you make the model of the actual system and do the experiment on the model before implementing it on the actual. So you have the option either to experiment with the actual system, which is normally not advisable, or you make the model of the actual system and then do the experimentation. Now we have decided that we are going to make the model of the actual system. Now the model could be of two different types. Either the model is mathematical model, which has certain logic involved in it, or it could be a physical model. Or when you are considering the mathematical model, then we have all the analytical tools to study the performance of this type of system. It could be Coing models, linear programs, which you can apply to study the performance or evaluate the model. Mathematical model normally are the abstract of the model, usually studied or usually written in a mathematical or equation form. Whereas your physical model, it is a scale model. That is a prototype plant where the model can be enlarged, or the image of the, it could be the representation of the image of the real world. Dimensions can be scaled up. Now, these type of physical model or an iconic model are normally are the models which we do not study in models. Normally school students, they make as a project work. We are engineer, we as engineering students, the expert in this area, we normally study the mathematical model. Now, once the mathematical model is decided, you have two options to do the analysis of this mathematical model. One is having the analytical solution, and the other is performing the simulation of the actual model. Sometimes the production system, such as flexible manufacturing system, computer integrated manufacturing system, they are so complex. Lot of variables are involved in this type of system, and analytical solution normally does not give the best result. So the option left with us is to go for simulation. Now, what normally the system we have just talked about, it could be the manufacturing plant the system as a whole could be your manufacturing plant, constituting all its components like machines, conveyors, other devices, storage space, the transportation unit like AGVs, automated guided vehicles, automated transport retrieval system, or it could be a distribution network of plants where warehouses are there, the parts are moved towards that warehouse. Or it could be, if you are in another service environment, it could be the bank with different kinds of customers coming. They have been served. There will be some facilities available to serve the customers like tellers, window ATMs. It could be the environment are there to serve you. So you have to decide what system you are going to study. In our today's lecture, it is the manufacturing or the production environment. Now, decided that the simulation is one of the tool which you are going to adopt for the analysis of the production system. Then what are the different types of simulation models? So we talked about models, which is normally the conceptual model of the actual system. Then the simulation model, which will be the model based on the conceptual model of the actual system. So when we talk about simulation model, this could be two types of, one would be deterministic model, simulation model, and the other could be stochastic. In deterministic model, all the parameters, expressions, relationships are known in advance. There is no randomness, no probability, no variability in the model. That means everything remains constant, which is normally not true in the real life. Stochastic environment is more applicable in the real world, that which will involve the probabilistic model that uses randomness to account for the system performance. And I recall Professor Sufyan Beg has also stated that today's environment, today's real world are stochastic or full of randomness, which cannot be considered as a constant. Now, when you are making a deterministic model, normally when we start with the simulation model, we start with deterministic model and then move towards the stochastic. Both the models, deterministic or stochastic, can be static or dynamic. In static model, time doesn't play a role, but in dynamic model, the model changes. The performance of the system changes with the passage of time. Dynamic model, which is further divided into two different types. It could be continuous or it could be discrete. Continuous models are those which changes, the variable changes continuously with time, and this could be your deterministic as well as your stochastic model. Here, usually sets of differential equations are used. Continuous model are normally, they are more concerned with the people of fluid and thermal side area. They are more concerned with the continuous model where there is a continuous transfer of heat or the fluids. But from the manufacturing point of view, we are more concerned with the discrete type of model where the state variables changes with the passage of time. They may be deterministic or stochastic. So you have to, when you're dealing with the simulation and when you are making a simulation model, you have to be very clear which type of model you are designing, so that when you are running the model, different parameters, different variabilities will come into picture. Next, we come to the simulation. What is simulation? Very simple definition. It mimics, it behaves as a real system, even though it is not a real system. Model is amenable to a manipulation which would be impossible, too expensive to do with the actual system. The operation of the model can be studied from this. Properties concerning the behavior of the actual system can be inferred, or you can know from it. The simulation allows the answer to the question, what if, very quickly and accurate. Consider the basic question. What will happen to the system if you add one work center to the system? Suppose you have a shop floor where there are 5 machines. You are operating all the 5 machines. Then what will happen to the performance of the system if one more machine is added? Or what will happen if one machine is removed from the system? Another question would be, what if we book another customer order? You have already got order of, and you are planning to take order from another customer. What will happen to your system performance, with whether the system is capable of taking care of that order or not? Is it advisable to take second order? Capacity of the system which is making the product. Suppose the machine which are all manually operated machines. Now you are planning to automate those machines or the component of the production system. What will happen? How will it affect the performance of the entire system? So simulation will give you the answer to these basic questions. When you are developing the simulation model, it is a very simple process. First, you make the model. Now we have discussed different types of model, conceptual model, then the simulation model. Then execute the model, of course, simulating the model, and then do the analysis of the result and come to the conclusion. Effective it is a skill intensive and it is very expensive. So you have to take a very decision. Go for simulation only when sorry, other analytical solution does not exist. If you get the analytical solution to the performance of the system, adopt that. Otherwise, go for simulation, because it is a very skill intensive process, very expensive. If a detailed model of a complex system is to be studied, then go for it. Simple needs assurance and understanding. If you want to convince your boss that if you add one machine to the system, it will increase the performance of the system. Merely by saying this will not be sufficient. You have to convince it. Here, simulation will help you to make, or you help you to convince your higher up that this decision of adding a machine or moving a machine will be beneficial to the organization and also improve the performance of the system. Ideal situation would be have the knowledge, basic knowledge of the entire system. You should also have the detailed information and then go for simulation. Now, these are the steps involved in simulation. The first step is problem formulation. This is the initial step. You have to decide what you are going to do. As I told you, it is a very expensive and skill intensive process. So don't just play for it. You decide whether simulation is needed or not. Identify what are the controllable and uncontrollable inputs. What are the inputs you are giving to the system, which you can control, and some may not be under your control. Then what are the constraints involved? Take care of the constraints. What are the performance measure you are going to measure? Whether the performance is considered with time-based performance, like make spend time, waiting time of the part in the queue, transportation time, or the output, what is the production rate, or how much product you are making in a day, So decide with the performance measure. First, then preliminary structure. Find out without. The second step is setting objective. What is the objective of in the manufacturing process? How you justify the cost? What is the object? What is the plan? Why you have gone for simulation study? What thing you want to improve in the system? What is the objective? Normally, goals in the beginning may not be decided completely. With the progress of the study, the aim and the goal may change till you arrive to the final decision. Okay, as you move forward, more of the and the decision which you have taken earlier may change at the later stage. The next step is model conceptualization. So we have said what is the system. First, you have to have the abstract of the actual system. What should be included in the model? You have to be very careful when you are deciding what input parameters are to be considered and what are the parameters which you are going to leave. It may be possible that the parameters or the factors which you have left may be the more important factors in the improvement of the system performance. What would be the abstraction? Should be level of abstraction. Often a variation on a standard abstraction may lead to the affect the performance of the system. What metrics will be produced by the model? Metrics in the sense of what performance metrics you are going to obtain. Appropriate choice. Step is it's a very simulation study. The data, regardless of the method used to collect the data, the decision of how much data you are going to collect, it has to be the trade-off between the cost of obtaining the data and the accuracy of getting the data. Constant interplay between the construction of the model and the collection of the needed input is very important. And change should be here create formation and also computation. You have to translate computer format data into a special purpose or general purpose languages to convert that model into the more readable or more presentable. And here Arena helps you in developing the model. Next important part is verification and validation of the model. You just not make the model and study its the different input parameters, but you have to verify whether the model which you have made actually represents the actual system or not. The logic which you have developed in the simulation model, the model is running according to that logic or not. Validation is another important step where you have to see that the simulation model reflects or represents the actual model. Then you go for experimental design. Here you can take the help of Taguchi method. If the number of experiment is increasing, go for Taguchi method, or you can go for full factorial method. Replication is another parameters when you are designing the experiment. How many runs you are going to make the simulation model run so that the randomness, the error is minimized. So this you have to study. The length of the simulation run, suppose in the industry environment or the production, whether you're with this performance, then is your production runs an analysis to measure the performance of the simulation system so designed, and if more run is needed, you have to run the model again. Then documentation and reporting of the model. You need to present your result. Many may be needed to be applied for different systems. Then provide important written history of simulation project, so you can present your top. And doing all these, you can implement your simulation model to the actual system. What are the advantage of having the simulation model, or advantage of performing the simulation studies? That one most important advantage, that complex manufacturing system having stochastic elements can be studied accurately with this simulation study. It allows you to estimate the performance of an existing system under some set of operating condition which you have studied. You can compare your proposed system with the actual system and find out the gap, whether the proposed is better than the actual, and then you can implement it. In simulation, you can have a better control over the experimental conditions. Of course, when you have some advantages, there are some disadvantages. Each run of the stochastic simulation model produces only estimate of the model characteristic for a particular set of inputs. Only some insight is given. They are very expensive and time consuming to develop. And at the end, when you have finished with the model, simulation model and study, and you find that it is not valid or validating the actual system, the whole process becomes null and void. To start a simulation basically is an iterative process. You have to go on performing the system again and again. There are a number of computer simulation approaches available. You can write the model in some languages which are available in the market. We have SLAM 2, GPSS, Arena, or you can write the coding language in the program in general purpose computer language like VP, VC, Java, etc. You can already acquire the written domain specific model which fits your organization or takes care of your problem, or the best thing would be engage the consultant to carry out the simulation project for you, who have worked in different language, different Arena, Witness, or some other. Now we will move towards Arena, and we see Arena basically is a flow-oriented simulation package. Here in Arena environment, you will see the actual flow of the entity. It has a starting point and the end point. The part will enter the system, and then it will leave the system also. So it will be an in and output from the system. So when we are using this arena, an entity has to be created. Two things you have to keep in mind when you're using arena. You have to create the entity as well as you have to
Sir,
dispose the entity from the system.
sir, sorry to interrupt you. Are you
Yes.
sharing are you sharing arena with the participants right now?
Now I'm not sharing. I'm just on the slide. I
Okay,
will be
okay,
moving to the
okay,
arena after 2-3 slides.
okay, okay, sir.
I'm
Okay,
just giving the brief of arena
okay. Because
because the
your
slides are not
PPT,
changing on this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, sir. Please continue. Sorry.
Hmm. What arena can do? You can process model which you have developed can be processed. You can define, you can get the document and you can communicate. The result will be available to you to communicate. You can simulate the performance of your system to understand the complex relationship. You can visualize, you can see dynamic animation. It is a very important feature that animation is then arena. You can actually see the different components of the help of animation. So arena, it is basically a discrete. We have talked about discrete and you can have 2D, 3D animation, and the language on which this arena platform is built is Simon language. So now I will move towards arena, actual arena environment. There I will explain how to use this arena, and as time permits, I will also develop some models and show you some complex model also. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you unshare this and then again I will share the arena part because it's not removing from this presentation.
Okay,
This
sir. Just a bit.
can we
Just
unshare
a
it
minute.
and then
Yeah. Now, sir, you can share now arena with participants.
hmm.
I think because of the poor internet, we won't be able to see Arena, sir. It's loading, but it is taking a lot of time.
What should we do?
We
I
can
think
wait
it
for
is over.
yeah, we can wait for a few. We can wait for 1 minute, and maybe then it will appear, and then we
Okay.
can go ahead. Yeah, because it is internet problem. Maybe, sir, you can go ahead with your lecture because I don't think that with this internet speed we will be able to run simulation on Arena because even we can't play PPT on it. So simulating on Arena will not be possible. I think so. So I think you can carry on with your lecture, sir.
So I should come back to PVT to explain the Arena environment, but that will not serve the purpose. No? Arena, unless we interact with the Arena, nothing will be understood. What is the modules? What are the different templates?
Because with this internet speed, I don't think that we'll be able to see the Arena.
Can we disconnect and join again? See if we can that be.
Dear participants, there is a change in the plan. Our resource person, Professor Muhammad Ali, is saying that he will be disconnecting and he will try to rejoin with some another internet. We will take a 10 minutes break, and then after that we will be having arena modeling. We will take a 10 minutes break by the time Professor Muhammad Ali joins from another network so that you can see the arena modeling platform. So we will rejoin after 10 minutes.
Okay, share.
Share.
Hello.
Take it.
Hello. So sorry for the interruption, just due to some problem with the network and also with the packets. But anyway, the organizers have done their bit to restore the work and the problems have been solved. So we are coming back to the Arena. So you see on the screen, we have the Arena environment platform on which you can develop models based on the problem you are going to identify. So here, this Arena environment is divided into 3 parts. The first part you see on the left side, here we have got all the modules with the help of which you can make the model. Then we have got 2 blank parts on the right side. The top one is your flowchart part, and the bottom one we have the data or the spreadsheet. On the top, there are different icons with the help of which you can modify, edit, save the models, run the model. So you see the yellow part of the module. Yellow part of the module. These are the flow chart module. And the bottom part is your spreadsheet or data module. So you see on the top, these are all the features which you normally find in other software like your Word, Excel, PPT, file, edit, view, tools. We will see which one is needed here and we will explain that. Now suppose we'll take a very simple example that you have one machine and the part is coming to that machine which is to be processed, and then it has to be removed from the system. Remember in my earlier lecture, I have said in simulation, you have to create the entity and you have to dispose the entity. So the first module which we will use here is the create module. So we'll just click it and drag it on your flow chart area of the arena. Once you bring this create module from the flow from the template here, at the bottom you see in the spreadsheet part, the create is highlighted here. The create. Now, when you double click the create module, a window will open and it will ask you some information related to the creation or creating of the entity. First, we can name this create portion. Suppose we want to create part, say part 1. Part 1 is created here. Entity type is 1, the first entity. Now see here it is written time between arrivals. What are how the parts are arriving in the system? What is the time between the arrival? If you are considering some service environment like hospital, bank, then what is the arrival time between the customer, arrival time between the patients? This you have to select, this you have to give. This you have to give the information. So you see here, time between arrivals, type. Either you take a random with some parameter, exponential parameter, or based on the schedule. This you have to define in some other module, data module, the schedule, and on the basis of the schedule, the part will be created. Or you can keep it as constant, the time between arrival as a constant time. Or you can have your own expression. You can build your own expression. For timing being, we'll keep it as constant. The time between arrival is constant. What is the time value? Suppose 1 unit. The unit of the time you have to select. You have to be very careful about the unit. Suppose you take it as minute. So time between arrival of each entity is 1 minute. Entities per arrival, 1 at a time. How many entities you want to create? Suppose if you want to create infinite, so keep it infinite. Or if you want to create 10 entities, then give the data 10. When will be the first creation? At 0 time. So give 0. So these are the information which is needed in the create module, and this will depend upon your requirement, upon your need, how you want to create the entity in your simulation model. Okay, click OK. So you see, initially create was written on the top of the create module. Now it has changed to its name as P1. At the bottom, you see the information which we have given in the create module is also displayed. If you want to edit any of the data which you have given on the create module, you can edit from here. Suppose if you want to change the name, click here. And if you want to change, say suppose to P2. So you can give this information. And you see here on the surface of the create module, it has changed to P2. So you can do the editing from this data module part, spreadsheet part, or you double click the module itself and you change it. So we are clipping it as 1. So P1 will change again. Now it is changed to P1. Now here you have created the entity. What you want to do with the entity which you have created in a production environment? Suppose it is the raw material which has been created, and on the raw material you are going to do some operation, some process you have to perform on the raw material on a resource. So we have a process model. Just click and pick it up and bring it on your flow chart area or the model area. So you have brought the process model. Again, double click it. Some information is needed here from what is the name of the process. Suppose if you want to do turning, say turning operation. There are 2 types of process, either it is standard or it is sub. Standard models are those where all the components of the system is displayed in one screen, in one model. Some model you go on adding the model inside the model. So you get this. I'll show you some model which has already been developed to give you the idea. Now, what is the logic action which you want to do on the workpiece? Here you see logic action. When you click this, you'll get 4 different logic. Either the part is delayed, either the part is seized by something else and then delayed, or it is seized, delayed, and then released, or delay and release. In this case, in the production environment, normally what we do is seize the machine, delay for the operation time, and then release the machine. So the best option, logic action here would be the third one, that is seize, delay, and release. So click this. Once you click this option, it will ask for the resource where you are going to do the processing. You add a resource. So you click this add portion. A resource is added. Either you give the name, since you are doing turning, suppose we give the name lathe machine. Lathe.
How many machine is needed? At this moment, we will say one machine is needed. So a lathe machine is added on which the part which you have created will go to the resource module where the resource is defined. It will seize the lathe machine and it will stop there, delay there for the processing time. Now, once you have defined the seize, delay, release option, here it will ask what is delay time. We have talked about deterministic model and stochastic. So if you are making a deterministic model, you just give the operation time or the action delay time to be constant, or you have the option of some find. If you want to find out where the error is, click find. You will be taken to that point of the model where the error is, so that you can remove that error. Find. See here the error is. That means whatever module you are going to use in your model, that has to be connected to each other. So you have a connector here on the top. Click it, and then you connect the dispose to the process and process to the dispose. In this way, you will see, or when you're developing the model, all the modules which you have taken to develop the model has to be connected. Now run the model. Very simple model it has run. If you want to see the result, I will just run the model again. Now this is in the running mode. You have to bring it into original mode by clicking this icon square. Just click it. You'll come to the original mode. You can control the speed of the simulation model. You go to the run, setup. Run speed is given here. You can, animation speed can be reduced at this point. But some new version of the Arena has got to control the speed, which is available on the top also. Now you run it, see if the speed is here. Now you see the part is created. It is sent to the turning process where the machine is laid. And on top you can see the queue is built up. Why the queue is there? If you recall, when you have created the part, the creation between the part arrival was 1 minute and the processing time was 10 minutes. So after each minute a part is coming on the machine, but after 10 minutes the part is leaving the machine. So the queue is built up on the machine. And if you want to see, the Arena gives you default results. If you want to see the result of this simple model, you click yes. Some results are shown here. System output, how many part has left the system? It is shown 10 because we have created 10 part. More of the result, just click it here. If you want to see the result related to entity, click entity. These are the data available for the entity, how much entity has been created, what is the time. If you have taken some other parameters, that will also be shown. Related to the queue, here turning queue, it is shown as 0.0 something value is given there. If you want to see the utilization of the resource, it is 100% utilization because the creation time was fast 1 minute, as well as the operation time was 10. Every time the machine worked. So in this way, you can see the result of the model which you have developed. This is a simple model. So stop it. Now we will move step further. 10 minutes more. So suppose you have 3 parts moving on 3 machines. So we'll just modify this model. we'll create 3 parts. So we'll bring 3 more creation part. And you can give the name as this for P2. Entity, it will be 2 second entity. So you can give the name 2. Time between arrivals, we'll keep it at constant. 1 minutes. Entities per arrival 1. Here also you can take it as 10 entity. Creation is 0. Okay. So first entity was created at 0. So we'll keep it, give some time delay for this, say 0.1. So 0.1. Okay. Then similarly for part, we'll make it part 3. Entity, we'll take it as 3. Keep it as constant. 1 minutes. 1 arrival. Again, this also as 10. This will keep it as 0.2. Okay. Now you have created 3 parts. Each of the part will go to first machine, then to the second, we'll copy the process, and then to the third machine. And from here, it will be dispersed. Now you see, there is a conflict here. You cannot have the same name for the process. So we'll change. First is turning. Second, we'll make it as, say, we'll edit here itself. Say, if you want to do drilling, then the resource here you can change as drill. Other parameters will keep it as same, 10 minutes and so on. Then for the third, if you want to do say threading, same here again, lathe can be used again. So okay, so you have got 3 machines. Each of the part will go to each of the machine. So you can first click the second part, it will go to the first machine, then to the second, and then to the third, and then it will be disposed of. Now, for each of the operation time is taken 10, either it is doing turning or drilling or threading. For each of the part, same operation is timing is taken. Now, if you want to see the model, we get the first part is arriving, it will go to the turning. Second part, since the lathe machine is engaged, second part will wait in the queue. And again, the third part will also wait in the queue till the first part is removed. Now at the bottom, you see the numbers, some numbers are given here, 1, 2, 3. This shows the number of part that has been created. And under the process component, numbers are shown. This number is the number which shows how many parts are in the work in process, how many have been disposed. So here it will be shown the disposed part. Have increased the speed of simulation so that you can see the second machine. See, after 10 minutes, the part will leave here. After 20 minutes, the second part and so on. So this is what we say animation. You can see, actually visualize what is happening in the system. So you have to decide what you want to study, what is the requirement, how many machine, how many part, what is the operations needed. Another thing is that you can change the entity picture. So if you can go to the, here we have the data module entity where all the three entities shown. Let us change some entity picture so that you can visualize it. Suppose one is your truck, the other is suppose boat, the third one is, this is just for the purpose of visualizing the model in a better way. When now if you run, you see your boat, your van, and the truck will be created from the create. This just improves the animation part, and you can use this wherever you are, you want it in your. Now I will just show you 2 models which has been developed by this Rockwell Automated company, which are the developer of this arena, just to show you the complexity of the model which you can develop. You can go, you can open, go to where your arena is installed. I think arena will be C drive. Program file. So program file is there. Can you see here the Rockwell automation? ये कौन से इसमें है ड्राइव में अभी सी में है डी में डी शायद इसी में पीसी है डी उसी में उसी में Anyway, I'll show you the models which were developed by some of our students. That is so connected and yeah, my passport.
My passport. ये तो हमारा खुल गया तो हाँ इसमें वो देखिए आपका पीडीएफ वाला फाइल पीडीएफ यूनिवर्सिटी पॉलिटेक्निक PDMNOP ये रहा पीडीएफ पॉलिटेक्निक हाँ यहाँ से I'll show you some of the models which were developed. You see this model, a complex model. Here, sub-model is also shown. नहीं चल रहा. Sorry, models are not running on this version. And now if you have, there are other modules which you can use based on your requirement. Decide module, suppose if you want to decide whether how many parts has been processed which is of high quality, which are to be rejected, how much it has to be rejected. Those things you can use with the decide module. Then you can record how many parts has been disposed of. Suppose if you are using the decide component, so if you have 3 parts, you can send it to decide module to decide how much 50% is rejected and 50% is accepted. Then the accepted part will go to the dispose, and suppose the rejected part is again going to dispose, which is considered as the scrap. So you are sending it to the scrap. So 50% of the part will go to store and 50% will be considered as scrap. So if you run this model, there will be a diversion of part when you use the decide module. So in this way, you can go on expanding your model based on the requirement. So due to the time constraint and some unavoidable problem due to network, and since the time is permitting for other explanation, otherwise this arena itself is a vast simulation software. Number of students here have done PhD on this platform, PhD, MTech and BTech, and some of them are still working. So the source you can get, you can yourself download the arena from the net. Student versions are there for learning purpose, that is enough. For higher research work, you have to have a license for it to work on it. So with this, with all due apology for the wastage of time and internet problem, I end the session. Hope you'll enjoy other lectures in the coming days. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Muhammad Ali Sahab. It is a very enlightened lecture that you have given. It is this inconvenience is only because of this internet glitch that is unavoidable. So this is a question session. If anybody have any query related to the arena and its model and preparation of model analysis, so the house is open to ask with the professor. Any question, please?
Attendee, please raise your hand in the list so that we will unmute you if you have any questions. Attendee, please have any questions.
So if any of the participants want to ask any question, please unmute and can ask the question. If there is any audio problem, you can write on the chat also.
Right. Now, can you
I think, sir, this is for let me go for the lectures. Sir, please conclude.
Okay. So okay, with this word, I would like to thank from the organizing committee to the Professor Dr. Muhammad Ali to give such a comprehensive talk on this arena modeling with a complete live example on the process. It is very helpful to understand all the participants and researchers how to initiate a program and develop a program in an arena model. So again, I would like to thanks to the professor on behalf of the organizing committee. Thank you. With this, it is end of this today's session, and tomorrow we will join again in time, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.